So there are still a lot of challenges in DeFi, right? It's also important to understand that this particular technology is very new technology. There are a lot of barriers because, again, like what you can do in CeFi right now, you cannot do like 95% or 90% of those things in DeFi right now. Because CeFi systems, as I said, they are like super amazing systems. They have been built over decades, right? I mean, like it has taken maybe like 100 years or 200 years to come to where we are right now, right? And like DeFi is the next stage of it. So those systems are like matured enough, and like the technology is matured, or like on whatever technology those systems are like built, those are like decades old technologies, have have had multiple iterations, multiple versions, and a lot of money put into it. Whereas DeFi or like blockchain itself is very new, right? Like Bitcoin was launched in 2008, right? But on Bitcoin, you can do very basic scripting. You cannot do a true DeFi application. Like Bitcoin itself is a DeFi, but you cannot build a lot of things on top of it. Like that particular power came with Ethereum, and Ethereum was launched in like 2014, end of 2014 or 2015 beginning, right? Somewhere in that particular timeline. So it's just like how many years? 2015 to 2013, like 7-8 years, right? So it's just 7-8 years. And DeFi started emerging in 2018, like by the fall of 2018. So how many years since? Like 4.5 years since DeFi has started, right? So it's still very new, right? We are still figuring out, what's the best way to do finance on blockchains, do decentralized finance, right? So it's still very new. There are a lot of scalability issues. Even the regulators are not able to figure out, what to do with DeFi. So there are a lot of regulatory irregularities right now, which we are seeing in the form of, SEC coming behind, all those applications and stuff happening, which is good, right? I don't feel it's bad, because if all these regulators are looking at it, that means we are doing something right? That means this particular technology is here to stay. If this technology is not here to stay, why all these people are looking at this technology, right? If they are looking at it, that means, man, we are doing something good, right? But there are like massive challenges because it's still very early days, right? Scalability issues, blockchain issues, even the language that's used to write these applications, mostly Solidity. It's very native, or it's very primitive language as of now, right? Maybe first or second version of JavaScript type of stuff. So you have very few things which you can do, right? So not like all capabilities which you have in Java, JavaScript, all those technologies, it's not there in DeFi. So it's very new, and it's a lot of problematic as well, because as I said, once you deploy an application, if it's not an upgradable application, you cannot change what you have written in your DeFi application, which is good from the user's perspective, because they know these are the set of rules and it can't be changed. But what if there is a bug in the contract, right? And your contract is handling millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And there's a bug, and you are not able to change that, like fix that bug, right? I mean, like you're basically screwed, right? Because now some hacker will come, maybe a black hat hacker, white hat hacker, and they can exploit that particular vulnerability in your contract, right? So all these things are still there. Like that's why you see like massive DeFi hacks happening, right? This year, like it has reduced, but last year, like it was massive amount of hacks happened in DeFi. And the reason was like, solutions coming up to those problems. There are still some solutions. There are certain upgradable contracts, which you can use, and you can still have certain rules which cannot be changed, but you can fix bugs. So all those design patterns, all those technology upgrades are happening. But like what I wanted to say is like there are still massive problems, right? And that's where the challenge lies. That's where the scope lies, because if everything is already done, and if everything is already smooth, right, then there is no scope in doing anything in DeFi.